Welcome to Coffee Conversation with Sandy and Friends. I am Sandy Sanders. I am the host and creator of our platform, Coffee Conversation with Sandy and Friends, as well as Book Talks with Sandy. I am super excited to have you all here with me. I want you to stay tuned because I have two phenomenal guests that are going to be with us on today. I am super excited to have her on with me, as well as the second guest. And I'm going to leave it as a surprise. But listen, I am very excited to have you all with me. I am using a new platform today, so things are a little bit different, but I'm excited to have you all with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being with us. I want you to stay tuned. I want you to share it out. We're going to get it hopped on over here, over to our Coffee Conversations with Sandy page. And we are going to have a phenomenal conversation with my today's guest. Who is it? It is the phenomenal. You know her. She is phenomenal. Global speaker, trainer, coach. She's a queen. Yes, she is. And she also is an amazing woman of God. I am talking about the phenomenal Dr. Kathy Amos is with me today. And we have the social media influencer and radio personality. He is a winner of both of those categories of the Best of Mississippi Awards, and he is joining me today. We're talking about the phenomenal, yes, Mr. Lex Luger. I am so honored to have these two individuals that will be joining me on today. So listen, while we go ahead and get this shared out, and when I come back, we will be talking with my today's guest, yes, Dr. Kathy Amos and Mr. Lex Luger. You guys stay tuned. Okay. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and bring on our guest. Yes, Dr. Kathy Amos and Mr. Lex Luger. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello, how
Thanks
are
for thanks for the
you, Dr.
invite.
Sandy?
You're welcome. Thank you, Lex. And listen, I am super excited to have you on. Congratulations on your award. I want to introduce what this topic is all about. We're talking about honor. I want to introduce the founder and creator. You won two awards from the Best of Mississippi Awards. And we have the founder and creator of that particular award. We're talking about Dr. Kathy Amos. Dr. Kathy, how you doing? Thank you for coming on.
A pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me on today. It's always a pleasure to sit in your midst, young lady.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Kathy has been in my life, you all, since 2014. I want to say it was 2014. And actually, a little bit maybe before that, was part of a couple of mentoring classes and John Maxwell classes. And she has been along with this journey to see where I'm sitting now. She has definitely part of that quilt of life I called, and the major part elements that has pushed me and propelled me to be who I am. And so it is an honor to have you sitting with me. You have no obligations at all, but just to sit and let us love on you. You wear many hats. I want to show up what is this. This is actually last year's. This is not this year's. I couldn't grab it. But you all, the Best of Mississippi Awards, this is from 2021, but the 2022, but I just want to share is that the founders is Dr. Joe, her husband, Dr. Joe Amos, and Dr. Kathy Amos. They are, yay, there's the 2021. Yes, she's got the 2020, all glamorous, and it is absolutely stunning. The two of you, tell us, if you will, how, yes, how did Best of Mississippi Awards come about?
It came after a fast. At the beginning of the year, we, some of us, sometimes we go on a fast and we're seeking God for his purposes and plans for that particular year. And I like, at this 2020, we had not gone into COVID yet. And I heard the Lord say the Best of Mississippi Awards started up. And, I was so excited about it and was gung-ho out there because I had always honored people over the years, but not magnitude, not to what I heard the Lord me to do. So I started making plans for it August, not realizing that COVID was going to hit. And so the biggest challenge of my life was to execute a statewide honorary platform in the onset of COVID. And we had a full house on the first year of COVID. People were just overjoyed, and it has been going ever since.
Yes, I recall our first year, as you were saying, and then what happened, you're absolutely right. I wasn't able to attend. I was part of the team, and the reviews that came behind it was phenomenal because you took all the measures, everyone to come in. And so Lex, for you to now be a part of what we're into year 3 now, is this your 3rd year? Dr. Kathy?
Yes.
Okay. So the 3rd year, and it went from year after year. You also honor, you have honored the state itself. It comes from individuals. You have given keys to the community, leaders. So the theme of what you're doing to make recognition for others, I think is so phenomenal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sandy, I always tell people this. I believe that God platform because there are so many of his people that he has anointed to do what they do that have proper reckoning for all the things that they've done. And I believe that his favor is upon, and he wants to manifest that in public. He wants to honor them and so I know that one of the real purposes for the Best of Mississippi Awards is honor those on a platform with those that are commonly honored, put them in the same room and celebrate together.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That is so good. And so Lex, having awards is nothing new for you. Would you agree to what Dr. Kathy is saying, and when it got in regard of putting people in the same room together?
That's what really influenced me to come. First of all, let me say thank you for amongst royalty, and I do want to say once again I appreciate. It was a win to actually, receive the award, and that's signed by the governor is phenomenal for me and my family, and I want to say thank you for that. But the opportunity to be around that environment with other people who are doing things in the state, variety of different standpoints, is what made me make sure that I made it a priority for just to know that, because I do award shows, so to know that somebody putting something together to recognize those in the state things that are positive is what made me even just have to be there. So thank you for that.
That is awesome. When I met you that evening and I heard your speech, and as you were receiving your award, as you talked about, and you've had awards from other states, and so to be acknowledged in your own state, I want to share with the audience who you are. You are an artist. You're a recording artist, music consultant. You're located in the Southwest region. You have a platform that's called Hoodie the Tour. Is that what it's called?
Hood Idol. It's Hood.
Hood Idol Tour. Okay.
Actually, Hood Idol the brand, because I got it. You see, I got clothing.
Okay.
I have a magazine called Hood Idol Station, called Hood Idol Radio. I have a tour that gives artists a chance more about the music business and kind of not only promote, actually work on that craft called the Hood Idol Tour, which is what you're alluding to. But I do have a Hood Idol TV, which airs locally on Comcast, and we're on the Rotary Fire Stick. So Hood Idol the brand is what it actually
Yes,
is.
awesome. And we do want to know more, definitely want to know more about your brand. So as we were looking, you are the Radio Personality Award winner for 2022 and the social media influencer for 2022. Listen, let me give you a little bit of history there. So Miss Sandy, I won it last year, 2021. Okay. And when Dr. Kathy called me up, here is the phenomenal thing. I was in the category with my mentor. And when my own mentor, the mentor who put me in this space. And so I said, God, only you. And I love her dearly. I'm calling out her name, Karen Crocker Cherry. She's the one who saw my show and said, hey, and so it was the Best of Mississippi Awards that made Coffee Conversation an award-winning show. I had not won any awards. It was my very first one. And so, I'm like a kid in a candy store. And so to be with you, and I'm just phenomenal of where it's going from here. Dr. Kathy, when you hear Lex talk about what this meant to him, we know that there are going to definitely be more awards in his category and other categories. How do you feel? What does that make you feel like?
Well, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm walking in my purpose and my calling. And it makes me know that there are so many other individuals like Lex that need that elevation of honor so that they can continue to walk in their purpose.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Lex.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I got to get this thought across too, because it's something I do need to tell you that confirms what you're saying. So I've won I don't know awards, but this year I won. I didn't cover the radio personality, so I'm on. I don't know. I've been on over 12 stations, multiple stations. I mean, I won't go down the list. I will name one though that's important to me. My first break at 94.3 FM in Jackson, Mississippi. My first break, I've been on other stations, but they was internet radio stations, and I did everything for the station from general. Started off the radio personality, assistant program director. Program director, became general manager. But I learned a lot, and I built a good following. And I set trends to where other radio stations, we gave a whole bunch of independent artists chances to get heard that otherwise wouldn't have had it on FM. Long story short, I won radio personality this year in Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. Thank you. Thank all of you in Memphis who rock with us in the platform. I didn't, you know, and it's just me. This is just me, just letting you know. So get recognized and have not been recognized in Jackson up until this point when every state in the South but Jackson. I have won awards in Mississippi, but not Jackson. That state, but I was like, you know what? It's really probably time for me to go because people show me so much love. You know, even in the Bible,
Wow.
Jesus told the disciples to leave home. And so occurred almost simultaneously when I was not almost as if, wait a minute, though. Okay, but somebody in Mississippi does pay attention, recognize, and it changed just my way of thinking at that particular point in time and remind me of it. So thank you for that.
And I think what you did to your, I mean, I looked at what you do. You're helping individuals. And Dr. Kathy, I want us to talk about this because your music is in clubs. You're not playing in church. Your artists are in the club. They're not, and they may be playing church in the club, but your artists, and you're getting people, you're bringing young people, mid-aged people, the opportunity to share their gifts and their talents. Now, I came out of the club, I came out of the world, but Dr. Kathy, I believe that God is using him. And just looking at his example, I truly believe that. I sense that. I've looked at your work, and you all know is that we want to be transparent here. Is that Mr. The artists that you work with and your awards are not your Christian authors or artists. Let's talk about that.
Well, a couple. It is a couple. Because Miss Tiffany is one that I work with. I work with,
okay.
I work with another gospel rapper, go by the name of Preacher Man. Those two have big fans, but not for the most part they are. And I have worked with on his team rather, because of course that's Aretha Franklin dad that passed, but I worked with their team go number 1, 2. But for the most part, you're right. I do work with most of my tours are in club atmosphere, but it's still my ministry that's just different because the whole terminology hood idol. So most of us are raised in situations to where we look up to the wrong. So you know, a hood is just short for neighborhood, regardless of how somebody. But you look up to and respect, not as an idol in the Bible, but someone who you look up. So therefore, my whole theme is building those and let them know, perform my platform, know that you are someone's hood idol. Someone is looking up to you as your niece, nephew, or whoever. So try to be a positive role model. In my life, I was a negative role model, and I took the things that God put me through. At some point that I could reach a different audience that most church people can't reach, and my message delivered differently.
I believe that.
Because one thing I end at every show I am is second. That's at every show and how I end up, you know.
Yeah. Dr. Kathy, you want to add to the conversation?
Well, Lex definitely on his life, and I think that he's walking in his purpose. I believe that God is going to continue to use him and the influence that he's given him to, and I'm going to say this boldly, to impact the kingdom of darkness, because there is a light in him, and there's a unique light in him, and everybody can't draw everybody, but there's a specified people that God is calling him to reach out to. So yes, I believe even in him winning the award this year, I believe that God is going to use, you know, to the utmost, even in 2023. He's just, you know, I mean, I can't say anymore. Just know that God's hand is upon his life. There was a purpose. And I say this about every belief when I say, I pray a long time, like every time I do this event, I pray every single day for like an hour.
You do.
And I see God about who is going to be on. Take it lightly. After the people did, we still go around as a team and pray and say, Lord, is this the one?
Mm-hmm.
So we look at different things. We look at their voting and how many people voted, but we also look at what they're doing. We also look at, we sense saying about that person because we're prophetic and we know. So, you know, all of that comes into not just people's choice, but your God's choice. And that's important than the people's choice.
Yes.
I believe that he's God's choice for what God has for him to do in this coming up year.
Absolutely. I agree. Okay. I want to say hello to our Facebook audience. Thank you that are seeing it. We did looking for the share so we could get it on our Coffee Conversation page. But Tanya, hey Tanya, how are you? Tanya Marie Lewis is the visionary author, and yes, Handmaidens and Marketplace. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cherie Randolph, she says the key is allowing God to direct you. And she said, good evening. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you all for sharing out. I would like to ask these two individuals if they would just share with us what do they have that's taking place now. And Lex, I'll go ahead and start with you and then Dr. Kathy. Lex, if you will, we're going to step back and go ahead and reach out to audience. Let us know what you got going on.
Well, first and foremost, too, you did mention about working with gospel artists. I did because God had put it on me too to set an example. So I did produce and co-write gospel rap song, which was actually considered for a grant. I did a video. It's on all platforms. It's under Luca. The back features Miss Tiffany, Ashley B. Stewart, and Gutter, and it's coming up for 2023. You know, we're gonna be touring to a lot of different places. Also, I'm redesigning Hood Items, the magazine, to branch out and create a different magazine as well. We're here of my award show, which is called the Hood Idol Awards, and going to be the first time where we're opening up to the public, to where it would be an award show that's open to everybody. Because previously, when I set out, really was only honoring those who visited my platforms, who utilized my platforms, benefited from the platforms, and understood how to use that we give them to advance their careers. And so with this being the 5th year, up to, all, really everyone, our categories, because we are expanding the categories and we're taking away some categories here that we open up to everybody. And it's going to be in September of 2023. Okay. So it's the Hood.
So we definitely want to hear more about that. We would love to be a part of that to get the word out for sure.
Thank you. And those are the main things, though. And we come to the city with venturing out of the South this year too, because I always out of the South, so I got
okay.
Yep, I got Detroit, Ohio, Kentucky, so far.
So you take your tour, and is it artists that you may pull from different cities and states, and when you do the tour that you say, okay, this group of artists, we're going to say go up to DC, and then you also bring in those that are local in DC to be able to participate? How does that function?
Yes, but basically which I didn't cover, but I have a market of different artists. So the artist that's able to go, that we're marketing, promoting, looking to, we bring those artists, and then wherever we go, any other artists are welcome to come. And I give out prizes as well. Shout out to our cash winners this year. Empress Honorable won first place, which we give out $1,000 to first place. Second, we give out $250, and then we give out a third place prize as well, which was. And we do have a couple of people who we take the artists and we platform. So one of our sponsors is 16 Bars Recording Studio. Shout out to KJ. He got our winners. We have Lit Lovely Lisa out of Memphis, who has a TV show. She put our winners on her. And there's others as well. Shout out to Lita's Real Talk. She put them. She blogs about our winners and other people as well, which I reached out to you, putting you on her platform. That's Lita's Real Talk. Yep. So those are our 3 consistent sponsors who help us promote the artists.
That is so phenomenal. I just hear serving. That's all. Awesome. Serving. Well, definitely you are a social, not just social, but that's the category, a social media influence. You're influencing lives. You're influencing lives for the better, that positive influence. I am honored. To know you, get to know you, collaborate with you. It is definitely an honor. So again, congratulations on your win. We look forward to seeing you back on Coffee Conversations, Book Talks with Sandy. Definitely more in 2023. And hey, enjoy the ride and the wave, the whole 9. Enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. I love it when God adds people into my life. And so I'm very appreciative. Thank you for coming and hanging out.
And let me get my social media before I go.
Yes.
All right. All of my social media is SSCLEXLUGA. That's on all social media platforms. You're welcome to follow me, DM, inbox me, and thank me on your platform. And I'm welcoming the invite to bring you. That's my TV show and the magazine as well. So, and the team promote you as well. So shout out to my whole team too, Team SSC.
Well, we put your information up there again, y'all. I'm still learning this Restream that's got all of these gadgets going on. So I'm figuring it out, but I do have Lex's information. That is his Instagram, his IG link. But as he said, it's SSCLEXLUGA on the social media platforms. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on Facebook and YouTube. You can find him in various areas of social media. Well, you are amazing. You're phenomenal. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
Absolutely. You too. Well, listen, I am going to now bring on the phenomenal Dr. Kathy Amos, and we're going to finish it out here. Oh my goodness. He is such a fresh breath air, as they say. He is. Did you know
I love his name. It's very unique.
It is.
I heard him years ago. I heard of Lex years ago, many years ago. His name for a long time, but I never had the opportunity to meet him. So it was at the awards event.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And how many categories, Dr. Kathy, did you have this year? Do you remember?
11, I think.
Okay, 11 categories. And you honor pastors, you honor school teachers, you honor principals, you honor restaurants. I remember we had chefs, a chef of the year. businesses of the year, children. Let's talk about the children category. Listen, because you're going to be seeing more children book authors. Lord dropped them really in my spirit because we want some positive books out there for kids. But yeah, tell us about our little entrepreneurs, the children.
Well, it's called Kid Entrepreneur of the Year, and a lot of people know that the Best of Mississippi Awards honors in that category. We'd love to see more children getting involved with the Kid Entrepreneur of the category itself. So if there are parents out there who know their child is an entrepreneur or has a child that is an entrepreneur, please get in contact with us, and you can to the website at www.thebestofmsawards.com and send us a message and let us know. We'll be sure to send you an email when nomination season opens back up so that your child can be nominated.
That is phenomenal. And the young man who won this year. Let's talk about him. I'm trying to pull up his information.
Yes, he won last year as well. So 2 years.
Yes, he did. And such a encouraging young man. Some of the things that he spoke of and how he wanted to acknowledge the Lord, that was so obviously he's got great parents and it's still them, but he also acknowledged other winners, and he inspired us even at such a young age. I think he's really excited when he gets the Best of Mississippi Awards.
Yeah, well, I told him this time that I said, well, it's going to be your last year, so you're going to have to come up next year and introduce the winner, call the winner's name. And so he's like, okay.
Exactly. So, right. Yeah. Well, awards. Go ahead.
He's very optimistic about his lemonade business and opportunity to visit this year at the Canton Flea Market. So he had a lemonade stand open up at the Canton Flea Market every year, and we get out on him there.
Wow. So our audience, those of you that are watching us for maybe the first time, or you are wondering where has been Sandy and Coffee Conversations and Book Talks with Sandy. Yeah, we did take a small break, but I did not want my year to end without sitting with this amazing woman. She's very busy, and now I'm getting teary-eyed. She is so busy that I just knew that I wanted to have you on before we ended our year. You've taught me how to be prayerful and strategic, and you gave me a word for 2022. And that word for me, that Dr. Kathy, she does operate prophetically. And she gave me one single word, and that word was focus. Focus was my word. Now, well, and so I had to grow to really be able to remain focused. But I would love for that word to flow into 2023. But I'm ending so far, we just take it every day as the Lord's day. And so there are times when I am reminded, remember the word of the Lord. Whenever I seem to get all kiltered, or I may have different things going on, or as I've been transparent about being overwhelmed, I've been transparent of being burnt out. And Lord will come back and remind me of the word of the Lord. This is definitely a true prophet. And so I just want to thank you for your time. I want to let everyone know, yes, I put it up. The Facebook page is the one that I put up. And you can go from there and be able to click on to the link to the website, because I want you to see the beautiful pictures, what this is all about with the acknowledging. There are 83 states. Dr. Kathy, I'll never forget that number. That number is going to be with me, I think, until eternity. And I know how many counties is in the state of Mississippi. And your goal, God's goal is that 83 counties will have someone to have won the Best of Mississippi awards out of those counties. So I believe that's the goal. The goal is that somebody is going to be recognized in this entire state. And we're honored that God would choose you to allow us to see him, see him work. You love Mississippi.
I do.
Yeah. Talk to us. Share your heart with us. If you, I want to step back. I want to hear your heart.
Hometown, Kenton, and just seeing my hometown and that it needed the growth, the development that it needed in the culture, particularly our African American people. It really struck my heart, and it went out from there. And so when God elevated me to Mississippi, the best of Mississippi, I had to get a vision of how he wanted me to operate in my calling, authority, looking into our state, having that heart to honor and love wherever they are in the state of Mississippi, having that heart to help, no matter if they're in the rural area, in which we're in rural area now, or if we're in city, regardless of where we are, that place, that person that God is, wherever we are in Mississippi, to celebrate and to elevate, to honor and to bestow his love on each individual, because it's so much needed. So much needed.
It is needed. And you see the need, the heart. I believe in the Old Testament, it says that God will give you pastors after his own heart to feed you with knowledge and understanding. And you have a pastoral heart, and a pastor is one that has the heart for the people. And that's because God has a heart. We're his creation. And so it's hard to put into words, but we honor you. We are thankful for you, because you do it not looking for anything. You don't look for recognition. You don't look for the pat on the back. You're just walking in, as you said, your purpose, your calling. Who goes and opens up a Christian chamber of commerce for an entire state? I have to wrap my mind around that. And Dr. Kathy and I, we haven't been together in a minute. It's because, it's me, y'all, because I just had so much on my plate. But she always says, she never tells me no. And I want to thank you. But my point is that I always say, who does that? Dr. Kathy. She opens up a chamber of commerce, not just for her city, but the entire state. So, with that being said, we're on our last leg. We're seeing new members come through. And yes, there is you're wearing a couple of hats. God's giving you a new baby. You've birthed out the new baby with the Daughters of Destiny. And you have that. And then the chamber, there's new members. Come on, talk about that.
Well, the chamber actually is in the process of redevelopment. God has given me some fresh revelation and insight for 2023. So face of B is going to look different. We're going to bring in some different types of things to really elevate it. I can't really talk about it right now because it's still, and I'll say it like this, it's still under, and it's much prayer. I'm just kind of writing that vision out. So you'll hear a lot more about business and power in the days ahead. And regarding Daughters of Destiny, that's actually a part of, it's a ministry for women. And Sandy, you know, I'm a midwife. I'm a spiritual midwife. So I believe in birthing out people. I believe in helping people to birth their into the earth and walk in it, and how to nurture what God has given them, you know, and how to keep themselves moving. A lot of people don't say, how could you do all the stuff that you do? But it's a mantle upon my life. It's the hand of God on my life. It's easy to do when you follow your prophetic words. And one of the things that I learned to do is to write mine out and then create goals out of them. Who doesn't create? Look, what happens? You start executing the plans of God. So God can trust you with more. And so that's what he's just entrusted into my hands with so many different things. And my prophetic word for this year is, Kathy, dig more wells. I said, what? Did I hear that correctly? Dig more wells?
Wow.
Don't
And I check with you. I laugh with you, but I'm like, oh my God, how much her belly is so full. It says out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. Oh my God, when you said that, I had to laugh. I said, she's just walking around pregnant. That's what there's so much in you. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know,
wow.
Dig more wells. The ones that are dried up, go back in and dig them up too. I'm like, okay, that's a word for next year. But there, even with all of that comes a refreshing. And I believe that the Lord is going to really put us on some days of just rest and sabbatical time so that we can really get download from him. So I'm really excited of Destiny. I'm excited about the gathering place. We're actually, Dr. Joe and I were actually reaching our apostolic network. That network we built years ago, maybe 10 years ago, where we had churches to come under our, and some of them just fellowship with us, and we helped them to grow and develop their leaders as well. So we want to start back do those things as well. Just a line on. But with the Best Mississippi Awards, I can tell you this: we are developing our partnership with other organizations. Lex Luger, who is actually from any organization that has an award platform that they like to honor other people, we come alongside them and Best of Mississippi Award either creates a category, honors people within their organization, or we just come in and honor those people that they've decided that they were going to honor. So that being said, the Jackson Expo next year, is going to have the Best of Mississippi Awards to create, and I have the best loctician, the best silk pressed artist, the best barber, the best natural hair stylist, and the best brand. So, you know, that's what we're doing. We actually starts Monday. We're going to launch the nomination Monday. Excuse me.
That is great. So she is moving, shaking, what we call movers and shakers. That's definitely movers and shakers. So that is exciting about this new venture that you have going and the collaboration. Listen, we'll be chatting with you as well, because we are doing this year book talks with Sandy. Book talks with Sandy. We'll be doing our very first book of the year awards. We're at the ground table. We're at the table now, trying to, hearing what the Lord has to say, what it looks like, what it possibly will be looking like. And so I definitely will be reaching out to you. I'm super excited about it. I believe that there are many authors that Lord just placed it on my heart. They got amazing books. I've interviewed, I don't stop counting, but I know that there's going to be hundreds of authors. And so put on my heart, we want to honor some books of the year. And so, again, just kind of putting that out there. Well, I do want to yield back and thank you again for your time. I want to yield back and allow you to share your heart, what's on your heart, what you got coming, and then we will be ending our broadcast. But I'm so happy that you came on. Thank you. We love you. You got a birthday coming up.
Yes. Oh, yes. I can share this. This is coming up on my birthday, and this lets me know how real God is. Okay, so Chapel Heart, as you know, you were at it on October 1st. Chapel Heart was one of our winners for the Legendary Leadership Award, which is that leadership award that we give to a Mississippian that has excelled and gone beyond their point of success into the world. And now they're back to the world. Well, Chapel Heart is actually going to be on my birthday at Capitol with Reeves and myself. And so I thought that was so cool. They chose to do it. That was the only day they had available, but they chose to do it on my birthday, not know it was my birthday. But I said, how cool. So we're going to have a birthday luncheon afterwards. And I am, for those that may want to come, I'll tell you where the place is, but I can't disclose it on. But if you want to be a part of the birthday, and just hit me up and let me know you want to hang out with us. Chapel Heart going to be there at my luncheon, and we're going to celebrate my birthday. So what I have coming up for this month. And then in January, the end of January, we're going to be partnering with Joshua A. Cable Day, celebrate the agriculture of Mississippi. Some farmers, he celebrates and honors farmers every year. And so we partner with him in the best award. We're presenting them with a special award from us and Business Empowered Mississippi. So that's what I'm coming up.
That's a lot. And so, yeah, you got quite a bit going on, especially, and then you talk about you got Chapel Heart coming. That all of that is happening at the same time. That is phenomenal. Those three girls have definitely brought some sunshine, as the Clark sisters say, sunshine in my life. Yeah, they brought some sunshine into our state, and we're so thankful that God chose them. Well, listen. It has been an amazing. I want to thank our today's guest, Mr. Lex Luga. Yes, indeed. He is the radio personality winner for the category radio personality for the Best of Mississippi Awards 2022. He is the recipient and the winner of that award, as well as social media influencer. Truly, this man is an influencer. Over 10,000 followers on his IG. Let's make it grow even more, you all. If you have not, and if you are not following him, go on over to Instagram. You can find him at SSC LEX LUGA. and you will see the man himself. Go ahead and follow him. Let's boost up his, and the numbers are already boosted, but let's go ahead and add. And as I say, enjoy the ride, enjoy the wave. This is a phenomenal young man. He also is on our platform. And we have none other than Dr. Kathy Amos, who is also sharing the screen here with me. She is the co-founder, along with her husband, Dr. Joe Amos, of the Best of Mississippi Awards, as well as the Business Empower International. They are the founders of the Best of Mississippi Awards. And so if you would like to follow Dr. Kathy, you want to let us know where we can follow you? I know Facebook, I'm going to put that up. We can also follow you through the website of the Best of Mississippi Awards. Any other social media platforms?
Business International Mississippi Chamber of Commerce is one of them. Right. And then Business Powered International is also a Facebook. And we have two individual, because the state of Mississippi Chamber has their own page, and then the International Chamber has its own page as well. You can catch me at my public figure page, which is Dr. Kathy Amos, and the Gathering Place of Destiny Ministries has their own page. So plenty of pages out there.
Yes. I think if they go to the personal page, and as I mentioned, you all, I did put it up, and I'll go back in the thread, you will be able to find information about this amazing woman. Yeah, we're definitely way over 4,000 followers, and Facebook only lets you limit at the 5,000, but many more are following her. You also have a you have a gift that you use to bring people into the presence of God, which is through prayer. And I just want you to share with our audience how important, and then we'll be ending our broadcast. How important is it for us to incorporate and have that daily conversation with the Lord?
It's critically important. I go as far as to say it doesn't matter what time it is. Some people prefer early in the morning, first thing in the morning, but you can make it late in the midnight hour. Prayer is a form of worship, and when you worship the Lord with that time, that intimate time with Him, He releases His glory and His goodness upon the earth, and whatever it is that you stand is already taken care of. This is one thing that I can tell you about prayer. When you have a fervent prayer life, it's not one need that you will go on. So when you pray fervently with the Lord, He grants you the desires of your heart. It may not come when you get ready, and it may not come and look what you think it should look like, but He's always faithful for those who spend time with Him. Intimacy in prayer. That is measurement for anybody. Just take the time out. You don't have to be a marathon runner to in prayer to pray, an hour. You can pray for 10 or 15 minutes at a time. And God honors that just like He would the person that has a 1 hour, 2 hour, all night relationship with Him.
Yes, indeed, he does. I want to put up, I'm on Facebook, just looking here. Thank you, Pastor Clarice. She's watching. She says, hello, everyone. And thank you all for just watching and participating and giving your good afternoons and your congratulations. So we do certainly appreciate you all for hanging in here with us and joining in our conversation. Those that are looking at the replay, be sure to reach out to these two phenomenal individuals that are part of, I call my quilt of life, and who are doing amazing things, not just in their local community, but they're doing amazing things globally, bringing life and positivity to so many people. So it has truly been my honor to have you, Dr. Kathy and Mr. Lex. Thank you both for being here with me on Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends. Well, listen, guys, I am going to, if you hang out with me just for a few minutes, I am going to go ahead and say this has been a phenomenal way to end my one-on-one, person-to-person. I've got some other interviews that I will be doing later on in the month of December. But this is what I really just call my cream of the crop, my cherry on top of the cake, and the ice cream too. Having these two individuals on Coffee Conversation really blessed my heart, and I wanted to make sure that and God allowed it and made it happen. So thank you all for tuning in. Coffee Conversations with Sandy. You can find us on Facebook. You can also find us on YouTube and the Spotify podcast. Now, the new project that we have, it is Monday morning Coffee Conversations with Sandy. What is that all about? It is our opportunity for empowerment, to be inspired, to be encouraged, as well as accountability. So throughout the month of December, coming on back on this coming Monday, Lord willing, we will be talking about those areas in our natural life and our health. One of the challenges that I put up is drinking that warm lemon water early in the morning. So there's a couple of things. Just go along with me here. If you can, join me at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, a 15-minute power talk conversation. And if you have not gotten your journals, get your journals, because this is we didn't want to wait until 2023. We wanted to get a jump start now. So we will be addressing our foundational scripture is be not weary in well doing. Be not weary in well doing. And I have another scripture. I'll put it up. That was the main one. Galatians 6:9. 6:9. If you'll go back, that's our foundational scripture for the week. And so looking forward to having our Monday morning conversation each and every Monday morning here for 15 minutes on Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends. Well, listen, guys, as always, you guys know that I love you. Be blessed. Keep doing what you're doing. I want to thank my today's guests again, Dr. Kathy Amos and Mr. Lex Luga. Thank them both. And you all share this out. Let someone else know about the positive things, the great things of what's happening here in the state of Mississippi. I'm Sandy Sanders, and you all guys, I'll see you later. All right, take care.